Okay, so we're going to put on a gasket on this door here. I noticed, and part of me I'm hand holding the camera. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a slight gap in some of the door around all four sides. And what we're going to do, first what I noticed is if the wind is blowing a little bit, it'll get underneath that gap depending on the direction it's coming from, and it'll actually cool off the grill. I also notice a lot of smoke coming out of the four sides, and what I want to achieve is an air tightness to where the fan is blowing air in from the bottom and just coming out directly. And I think it's going to make the pellet stove more efficient. And what we're going to be using today, I got it on Amazon. I think I got it for, I don't know, $11, maybe $12. Is this Island Outdoor LLC com. This is a fire gasket, and what we're going to do here, is I decided I do not want to put it here. I am going to throw it along this entire outer edge on the door. There are some reasons because of how, if you take a look at, let's say, that side, if I was put the gasket over here, well, then I would only have half of the door gasketed because of the, you see what I'm talking about there now. So I'm gonna clean off the perimeter of this door. I'm going to show you how to do that and how to apply that for air tightness. One additional thing before we start, you never know, but you sometimes, I'm trying to swivel the camera around here, sometimes depending on how the gasket sits and how the door closes, you might have to pop your screws off to your particular grill. Put a washer underneath to lift the hinge up a little bit. That's the only caveat. So, again, stay tuned. Alright, so you could do this on any type of grill. This happens to be a pellet grill / smoker. You can do this on a charcoal grill, propane grill. It's going to make your grills more efficient, lose less heat, less prone to the outside elements such as the temperature as well as wind. Before I put the gasket on, I want to clean off this perimeter where I'm going to put the gasket. Once again, I'm using this product. By no means am I being paid by this company. I do not work for this company. Get your particular cleaner that you want to use, whatever it is. Make sure it's not going to damage the enamel or paint or whatever you got on your grill. And I would highly recommend you spray it directly on something to apply it instead of spraying it directly onto the door. And you might need to do this just a little bit and work a little hard on this, because Lord knows how many times, look at that, how many times you've used your smoker, your charcoal grill, your propane grill, and there might be a lot of product that you might need to use to clean this all this smoke off. So I'm gonna get back with you in a few minutes, and I'll let you know how things are going. All right, I let it soak a little bit, and she's coming off really nice. Now, if you have a pellet stove, I highly recommend, especially if you have one that can sear. Close your sear door or your sear slider. I am going, after this is installed, in case I got any drippage of chemical on here. By the way, that spray is pretty mild, but I'm still going to take all the insides out and I'm going to thoroughly clean them. But as you can see, as of now, this door is coming out really clean, right where I want it to be. I can care less about the middle. I'm only concerned about the perimeter. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to slowly start rinsing her down with a sponge and water. But first, I'm going to just take a light coating of this water here in this orange bucket. I'm just going to go around, get all the residue I can get off with this paper towel. And then I'll work with the sponge I got in the bucket. But I might as well use up this paper towel, you know what I mean? Get the chemicals on this paper towel, that way my sponge will go a little longer. It's looking really nice. Again, I'm just wiping down the middle just to get the chemical off. I'm not really worried about cleaning it. Okay, I think I've used up that. Now get some clean water on it, because I do not want this chemical, a layer of dried chemical, to be sitting between my my gasket and the metal door. I want it clean as possible. Look at that. Still, that's not bad though, if you can see it. I got blue. It's not too much, not too dirty anymore. So what I noticed when I'm cooking, by the way, I cooked lobster tail last night. I grilled lobster tail. I had the temperature up to, I started at 225, and it was at night time, and it was getting cold. It was getting down to, it got down to like 58 degrees. I noticed that the grill, I had the temperature set at 225, 250. But the grill was not reaching that temperature due to the coldness and the slight breeze in the air. So I was like, I knew exactly what was going on here. You could see, I'll hand hold this camera again. You could definitely see what's going on there. It's getting clean. Okay, so I'm going to continue to rinse off, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you. Okay, so we're just finishing up here. I'm just basically rinsing by sponge. Now I want to let you know there was a lot of reviews on Amazon about various gasket products. They all were about equal, give or take. One of the common themes was, you know, after a few months, their gasket started peeling off, separating from the metal door. And I got to thinking, after reading those reviews quite carefully, it appeared as though it was just preparation issues. If you take the time to prepare this door, make sure she's clean, I don't think you're going to have too many issues. If you do have an issue, it's going to be later on down the road. Maybe your gasket will last a year, maybe it'll last 2 years, and big deal, you buy another $11 roll of gasket and you put it on. But the way, you know, propane, charcoal, the way pellet grill, the pellets cost, I think $11 every year, every 2 years, and if you're lucky every 5 years, is going to cut the cost of your barbecuing down due to the efficiency of the grill. One thing I want to make notice here, after your gaskets are on, it's going to be harder to clean the outer edges. So make sure you do a good job cleaning the outer edges. And that means this edge too. I mean, just a little wipe down in case any solution, cleaning solution got there. You're going to want to wipe it down now and make sure everything is clean. Because after the gasket's on, I'm not saying it's going to be impossible to clean, but you don't want to start rubbing on it immediately once it's been set, because it's going to take, I'd say the gasket, you know, it's cheap adhesive, I agree, but it still takes a little time for it to kind of firm up a little bit, set into the metal. The heat of the day will soften the adhesive and really get it to sit properly. Okay, so I think she's clean. One last wipe. I'm really anal retentive, I guess, is that the word? I just want to make sure it's all cleaned. I got some schmeg there. Again, I did some lobster tails, and they came out really good. Internal temperature, I set it for 145, and they just came out spectacular. So the next thing I'm going to do is dry this door down. And dry it down really good. And all the external edges, that means the sides of this, the underneath edges, underneath the hinges, all of it. Let's see, she's coming out pretty darn clean. A little bit right there in the dirt middle. That's where the dirt is. Okay, so I'm going to take my trusty Spyderco Delica 4 with VG10 steel, and I'm going to open this up. Now, this does not have to be laid down with scientific precision. It really doesn't. Again, I'm going to take out the insides of this, clean it all out to make sure no residue got in there. But all you're going to do is just measure from perimeter to perimeter, edge to edge, and cut. Now I'm going to purposely go a little bit over. And this is just a fire retardant gasket. I'll be right back. Take a little bit, peel it off. This is where a lot of people are having problems with. Now what I'm going to do, set it on the perimeter. Like so. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. And that's all there is to it. Measure out. Set it on. Take care. Okay, I already got one angle down. That's the vertical angle here. I'm going to work on this bottom one, show you how I did it. All I'm going to do is stretch out enough, and it's okay to overdo it a little bit because you can always trim it off. And you're just going to lay it on. After you peel it off, that is. It's the hardest thing, I guess, about it. Peeling it. We'll work from this edge. And there we go. It just takes a little work. Just takes a little work. Now I want to go directly on the bottom edge of this grill. And I'm going to just do it in, let's say, 8 to 10 inch increments. Work it on and move on. Nice professional job. The directions do say once the gasket is on to shut the door for about 12 hours while the gasket adhesive does its thing. Oh. Trimming off the edges. Oh, nice and professional. And we're going to work on another edge now. Again, it's okay to overdo it. You can cut whatever you don't need off. So I'm going to go about a half an inch over on that one because of curve. My hands are getting cold. Oh, Lord. I might have to start using my teeth here. There we go. Again, I'm using that 10-inch, about an 8 to 10-inch working area. And I'm moving up my finger. Just a little bit at a time. That way it gets on nice and professional. I'll tell you, on my door, it was the sides that were more vulnerable to the wind and whatnot. Little trimming action there. Shut the door, see how it is. I still have that upper edge. There you go. Oh, that even quiets it down a little bit too. Nice. Okay, we're going to do that last edge. And we're done. This one I want to go just to inside the gasket to inside the gasket on this side. All right. Try using my knife on this one to grab a little bit better. Yeah, that worked a little bit better. And we're going to do this here. Now the directions say do not stretch this. So just put it on, lay it on without stretching. So to know if your grill is going to work with this stuff, take a look at your tops, your lids, whatever you got on your... I know the Weber's, I have a Weber kettle grill over there. It's not going to work. So just take a look at the shape and determine whether that's going to work for you. I'm going to pull that down a little bit and cut. Beautiful. Shut the door and see you in about 12 hours. Let you know how it's set up. So most of the smoke is now coming out of the chimney stack. I only see a little bit coming out of the seams, if any. The wind is blowing in that direction, so it's kind of misleading, but I'm not seeing any leakage around the seams. I thought I saw a little bit on this side, but hey, even if I can control only 90% of the air getting in there, I'm happy. I really am. That's a vast improvement on efficiency, vast improvement on cooking time, temperature control, as well as it's going to save me some money in pellets. Right now I'm cooking. I'm going to be cooking a roast. I got some vegetables here, but you can see the gasket. It's stayed in place, so I'm happy with it. So I would definitely recommend you all trying that for yourselves, and I'll let you know. Maybe in about 30 days how it's working out, and try to give some kind of feedback on how much it has improved the efficiency of the pellets and the cooking times and whatnot. Take care.